Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to yet another video from my buddy, and in this video beta we will be moving forward with the next point, that is our complex permanent tissues. In the previous videos we have covered everything about the meristematic tissues based on their location, what is their function, and then we started with the simple permanent tissue in which we studied the collenchyma, sclerenchyma, parenchyma, and the types of parenchyma, erenchyma and chlorenchyma, and the protective tissue. We have covered it all. Now we are moving on with the part that is the complex permanent tissue. So first of all, you need to know what is a complex permanent tissue and why it is known as complex permanent tissue, because it is made up of more than one type of cells. It is made up of more than one type of cell, right? So that is why it is known as complex permanent tissue. Now complex permanent tissue is basically of two types. It has xylem and it has phloem. Okay, it is made up of two types. Xylem also is there, phloem also is there, and together xylem plus phloem, they are known as vascular bundles. Vascular bundles. They are present inside the roots. They are present inside the roots and the stems of the plant. Right? They are present inside the roots and the stems of the plants. Now their main function is transportation. Okay, so xylem is responsible for the transportation of water and minerals, and phloem is responsible for the transportation of food. Okay, so I am writing it here, xylem. Okay, xylem is responsible for the transport of or transfer of water and minerals. Water and minerals. Now water plant kahan se aata hai beta? Plant ke paas water from the roots. So what will xylem do? Xylem will take all the nutrients and the water, or the minerals and the water from the roots. It will take from the roots and reach all parts of the plant. All parts of the plant. It will reach all the parts of the plant. Okay, but from the roots the water will only go upwards. It will not go downwards. Obviously, right? Because the parts of the plant lie in the above direction. So what will happen beta? All the parts of the plant will receive the water and the minerals that are taken by the xylem from the roots. Okay, so obviously the flow will be in the upward direction. So that is why they have a unidirectional flow. They have a unidirectional flow. Uni means in one direction. So that means from bottom to top only the movement takes place in case of xylem. Okay, then comes beta phloem. Now phloem is responsible for what beta? Phloem is responsible for the transport of food. Transport of food. So don't always keep in mind, इसको रटना नहीं है. Don't just cram it again and again that xylem से पानी ही जाता है. कभी आप confused हो जाओगे. Exam में you will write what happens in case of xylem. You'll write the phloem part. Sometimes it happens. So the way of remembering it is, what you need to do? Fur. Phloem is fur. The sound of fur is coming, and then in food also the sound of fur is there. So fur. Fur is associated with fur. That means phloem is associated with food. Okay, phloem, food. Okay, so it is happening that the transport of food is taking place in case of the phloem. So where is this food being formed beta? This food is being formed in the leaves. Okay, so leaves prepare the food. Okay, so the leaves are preparing the food. Now this leaves are preparing the food and taking the food, and the phloem is taking the food in all the parts of the plant, to the roots also, to the other parts of the plants also. So the flow can be upwards also, downwards also, horizontally also, vertically also. So that means it is bidirectional. The flow is bidirectional. That means in two directions it can take place. Fine. I hope this much is clear. Now we'll be studying the parts of xylem and phloem. Okay. But what are the different cells that make up xylem and phloem? So first of all, we will begin with beta xylem. Okay. So xylem first of all is made up of dead cells. Xylem is made up of beta what? Dead cells. Okay. And beta, it has basically four types of cells inside them. First is vessels, then tracheids, then xylem, fibers, and xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma. These are the four types of cells which are present in case of beta, the xylem. Okay. So beta, the main function of tracheids and vessels is they help in the transport of water in the vertical direction. These two transport the water in vertical direction. Vertical direction. Then parenchyma stores food and transports the water in horizontal direction. Okay. Then xylem fibers, beta, they are responsible for the support. Okay. They are supportive in nature. Okay. Then next one we will be talking about, I hope this is all clear beta, the xylem is all made up of dead cells, and these are also consisting of different four types of cells beta, which are tubular in nature. Okay, the four types of cells here are vessels, tracheids, xylem fibers, and xylem parenchyma. Out of which vessels and tracheids, they help in the transport of water in the vertical direction. This helps in the transport of water in the horizontal direction along with the storage of food. And xylem fibers are supportive in nature. Right? Now let's move on with the phloem. Okay? So phloem has beta living cells. Okay? Phloem has living cells or live cells, you can say. Okay? And phloem is responsible for what? For the storage and the transportation of food. Okay, we have already done this. Okay, now the movement of the food is taking place here. Fine. Now it is also made up of four elements: sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem fibers. I'm writing here: sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem fibers. I have to erase this also, so let me just erase this. It is phloem fibers and then phloem parenchyma. Okay. The last one is, I will have to replace the pen. The last one is phloem parenchyma. Phloem parenchyma. So these are the four types of elements in case of beta. The phloem, the sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem fibers. Okay, so sieve tubes are beta. Tubes are obviously what? The very slender tube-like, right? And they have thick walls. Fine. So sieve tubes are slender, thick walls are there, right? Which help in the transportation of what? The sugars and the nutrients up and down the plant. Okay, so sieve tubes, they are basically elongated structures, thick structures, and they help in the process of transferring of all the salts and sugars from up and down into the plant. And companion cells, beta, as the name is suggesting, companion means the friend, so it is basically just helping in what? In basically the sieve tubes function. Okay, जो sieve tubes कर रहे हैं उनको help करता है what? Companion cell. Then phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma, beta. Phloem fibers are providing the flexibility. Okay, phloem fibers are basically providing the flexibility. Okay, So what is sieve tube doing? It is basically transferring, it is a slender structure, thick structure, it is transferring the salts and the sugars in upwards and the downward direction in the plant. Companion cells are basically helping the sieve tubes in performing their function, right? Phloem fibers are providing the flexibility to the plant. And last is phloem parenchyma. It is storing the starch and the proteins. Main function is to store starch and protein. Okay, so this is basically about your complex permanent tissues, right? So here we are completing the complex permanent tissues. In the next video we will be moving on with the animal tissues now. Okay, a new video will be up for the animal tissues. Right now we are thoroughly done with the plant tissues. All the parts are done. So if there's any problem, any questions, any doubts, you can put it in the comment section and I'll be answering them there only. Right? So I hope you guys are liking, sharing and subscribing to my channel if you are new to it, and if you are not, I hope you've already subscribed, and do not forget to click the bell icon so that you get a notification as soon as I upload a new video. Right? So stay tuned and take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.